Welcome to this Friday edition of E! Magazine. My name is Natasha Agunda and I hope you're having a great week and I hope you have a great week ahead, my people. Let me warm you up in this cold weather, Nairobi weather, with some tea on Trendy Fridays. So let's start off with the first story of the day, and I'm joined with none other than my boy, Isaac Odhiambo. How are you doing, Isaac?
I'm good. I'm good.
You're good.
Long time no see.
Long time no see. How have you been?
This Nairobi weather. Whoever was given the tender.
Hii baridi nakupelekaje?
Anafanya hiyo kazi vizuri.
Kazi gani?
Ya baridi.
Umekuwa weatherman now?
Tunangoja 2022 babies kituka hiyo.
Wow. This ashasema. Let's start off with the first story. So here has been there's been so much talk about whether runner Shakari Richards will participate in the Tokyo Olympics. Well, the answer is no. The runner who's failed her drug test will not be participating in the games, and as painful as it is, Shakari has made a statement to the press saying she understands the situation and is accepting of it. And so far, people have come to her defense, one of them being rapper Diddy, who put out a series of tweets expressing himself about the situation, and he said, to be absolutely clear about my previous tweet, the point I'm making is that marijuana has been used against my people since some white people in an office, quotes, DEA, FBI, saw it as a way to entrap black jazz artists to shut down the movement happening in Harlem. So many of our brothers, sisters, mothers, daughters, and sons are rotting in jail for marijuana, and it's just not right, according to PDD. So what do you think about this Shakari Richardson story?
You know, at first
sad.
I was among those who are fumed, like, really?
Yeah.
But, you know, we also need to look at it from all angles.
Yeah.
I mean, when they say when you go to Rome,
do as the Romans do.
Yeah, and I think it reminded me of an uncle who, when back in Shags, before he'd hire workers, some workers would come in high, you know, because they'd say they'd work more better in that state.
With marijuana or what?
Yeah.
But do you think marijuana is like booster? Is it a booster drug?
No, you see, it depends with how they look at it. For the
Right.
Olympic Commission, they look at it as it's a booster.
So then why did he just decide to include DEA? And because the Olympic, I think it's like a world, you know, it's a world recognized, a whole, you know, I think the whole world was involved with this kind of thing.
I think when you look at US, you've been seeing there's still a war of racism and stuff like that.
But do you think yani, as in, hatujatoka hapo, racism, marijuana?
Yet. We can't say we are out of that circle yet. So
right.
I think for it's so unfortunate that she won't be participating, but we also have to understand when you go to Rome, do what the Romans, they have their own rules.
They have their own
we can't really dispute it.
Yeah.
Because in the state she lives in, it's actually legal to use marijuana. But
really?
Now, yeah. The state
She's in Atlanta.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
It's legal, but now outside the state,
right.
It's not. So.
And let's just put into context, or let's just try and highlight the fact that there was this Australian journalist. Did you read about that story?
I saw those
this
tweets.
Australian journalist who said that she looks ghetto because of her wig and her hair, and guys were fuming on the internet.
She's even saying
I was fuming as well,
the
and the
names
males
were the ones helping her be fast, and I was like,
Wazungu wanakuagaje?
It's okay to be dumb, but not to that extent.
It's not to that extent.
Yeah.
I mean, anyway, good luck to you, Shakari. I mean, you have so many years left, right?
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next story. So as we get closer and closer to the Olympics, more drama seems to be unfolding. Now, the Tokyo Olympics have banned swimming caps suited fit for Afro hair. Hey, the caps have been officially banned from the Tokyo Olympics because the omit believes elite athletes don't need them. While people are excited to enjoy the games after a year-long wait, some are screaming foul. There have been claims of discrimination after the International Federation of Competitions in the Water Sport, aka FINA, which is part of the Olympic Committee, banned the application for the UK company SoCap for its swimming caps suited for Afro hair. So what was the reason for the decision? Well, FINA claims they banned the caps because elite athletes don't require caps of that size or such size. In response to the FINA decision, the Black Swimming Association stated that it was disappointing and will no doubt discourage many younger athletes from competitive swimming. Kai.
I feel like we should have our own Olympics to boycott. We should boycott theirs.
We should just boycott the whole world.
Yeah, because now what the hell is that? Because you know, from what I understand, the swimming, your hair for the ladies especially, your hair with a lot of water slows you down. Yeah. Yeah. So when they say people with afros can't wear caps because of the size of their hair.
So was this a race thing? Do you think that it was a race thing, or they were just thinking that, oh, you know, white people, black people, wherever you are, whoever you are, I mean, if you're swimming, you really don't need the swimming cap. But in real sense, you actually do, you know? Because at the end of it, it's a swimming cap.
Yes.
And it's not supposed to prevent your hair from soaking in water. It's just supposed to prevent you, from seeing. Sometimes your hair could be long and then it will come all over your face.
Now we're talking about afros, huh?
Yeah, we're talking about afros. We're even talking about hair in general. But I don't understand why they shouldn't, in this era of 2021, I mean, Black Lives Matter, all these other things, why are they not including those kind of things for black people? Black people are saying, hey, we want to be included and we want to be accepted for who we are. I mean, this is what is making us feel more comfortable. Accept us. And the white guys are not, trying to accept that.
Karen isn't accepting. The Karens aren't accepting.
What do you think about that, though?
I think what's really happening in the Olympics is not really fair to the black community, and I feel we as blacks are able to start our own competition. As in, we've been seeing, even we are launching our own hair products, we're launching everything on our own. So I think we should all come up and just start our own competition, because now this is being unfair.
Is that the way to go?
Yes, because
I feel like you should just be accepting of us. Like, that's it. Everybody should just live one happily ever after,
But now they say if you can't beat them, join them. I mean, at the end of the day, they're the majority, especially when it comes to fans. But look, black people also coming up so well. So we can't really say swimming caps are banned. And who does afros more between the Karens and us? It's the black people who do the afros more. So it's more of telling them, nah, you guys, it's an oppression in the 21st century. It's oppression in the 21st century. So I feel like it should really be revisited. And if it won't be allowed, then we'd rather just have our own competition. I mean, we can't force issues. It's 2021. Huh?
Let's move on to the next story. Some exciting news now. For Africa, Wizkid's song Essence, featuring Thames, you know that song, has become the first song to ever make it to the US Apple Music. Now, Essence is still the first African song to make it to the top 30, top 40, top 50 and top 100, while Essence stands at number 56 on the US iTunes chart, and Made in Lagos album stands at number 36 on iTunes. Congratulations to Wizkid. This is a big win for Africa, a big win for East Africa, a big win for it's just a big win for Africa. Let's not include different categories.
And then they'll come for us and ban us.
What do you think about that? I mean, I feel like African music is going into is stepping into the right direction, right?
I think it's really becoming diverse and it's being accepted. I mean, I've seen even when celebrities go to clubs, you'd hear African music in the background, Davido, Wizkid, Burna Boy, all these people. And when they do concerts, they fill
up stages.
Yes, they fill up clubs and all these places. So I'm loving how African music is really being accepted. And Wizkid has really grown. From the Ujuelegba boy, Nini Karo, to what he is right now.
If Isaac knows Ujuelegba, he's a fan.
He's my boy.
That's your boy. That's my boy. I'm a Wizkid fan from Utotoni, so you can never tell me nothing. But then now this is my next question. Burna Boy or Wizkid? No. Burna Boy, Wizkid, Davido.
Davido is enjoying his father's man. Let's talk about people who make their own
money.
But I love how would I put it? I think Burna Boy. I'd be Burna Boy because of the way he puts. In fact, even the BT got he deserved it. Let's just be honest. That guy has really put effort into.
What about Diamond? Diamond, where? No, ukikuja sana.
Everyone has an opinion. This is mine. I'm a huge fan of I'm a low-key fan of Burna Boy. Huko chini sisi wale wa shout button.
Burna Boy is a fan. But since he declared war on Davido, then now we're having some issues in the territory of the
industry.
It's good for the industry. Mikiki sio?
Yeah, it's good.
Anyway, I mean what do you think that now East African music should do, you know, to get where Wizkid, where Burna Boy is, seeing as now they are taking over the space and us we're just over here just,
I think they need to invest in their craft. I remember Diamond at one point saying... No. I remember Diamond at one point he was saying when he was doing the remix for Number One with Davido, he took a loan. Really? Yes. For that remix because
so
the video...
No,
not really. I've said invest in your craft. So I'm just giving you an example of how... Now, as when you look at it, had he not gone that extent of getting that remix with Davido, Diamond wouldn't be where he is right now.
Yeah,
so
that's true, because that's the song that jengered him, you know?
Exactly. So you need to invest in your craft. I think Kenyan artists need to invest in it. You know, like... biashara inataka risk takers.
But you know, let me tell you. You see, like the way they say garbage in, garbage out. What you invest is what you get. Now, if nobody is investing in you, I mean, like by the time a Kenyan artist has gone to the club to perform, amepewa hiyo 50,000 yake. By the time I accumulate, apate ka 4 million, atengeneze ka video noma,
so si wasanii wa shidao ni wanaishi life. So unapata umehaya V8, belea unapoa una Jack Daniel. Sasa ya nini ndio utuonyeshe social media si yenye tumelala. So I think it's just about how you invest. What do you really invest in? And as I told you, artists who are investing in their craft, tunaanza kuwaona Nadia, Bahati, all these people who invested. Exactly. Sauti Soul, you see. So it just requires you to invest in your craft and also be real with yourself. Don't live to impress others but your brand, and stick to your standards. And
some wise words from Isaac there. Let's move on to the next story. So our very own President Uhuru Kenyatta toured Mukuru Kwanjenga slums, and he stopped at Ruben FM while the ongoing Euro 2020 was being aired. So the radio presenter Shafi Zale, who I know by the way, stated that Uhuru surprised him with the visit and conversed on which teams the head of state was supporting during the ongoing competition. I think he said Germany. So the Ruben FM presenter also requested President Kenyatta to grant him an interview, and the head of state promised to set up a date for the exclusive at State House. Zele noted that although he was composed, he still can't believe the encounter with Uhuru. Something I'm looking forward to, by the way, in my media time. He explained that he decided not to panic and handle the situation professionally. What do you think about that? Uliona umse, by the way?
Just be like, so the government. But I think it's okay. On a serious note, the president is now working at night, you guys.
Let's take a look at the video before we talk more about it.
Mtulie. Asante sana. Ubarikiwe rais.
Nawe pia.
Ubarikiwe.
Asante.
Haya mtu wangu.
Ukuje sasa tufanye interview mzuri.
Namba yangu. Mtulie. Asante sana. Ubarikiwe rais.
Nawe pia.
Ubarikiwe.
Asante.
Haya mtu wangu. Huyo ni Rais Uhuru Kenyatta mtu wangu. Rais Uhuru Kenyatta mtu wangu. Nimesemezana naye moja kwa moja hapa ndani ya studio. Amekuwa hapa ndani katika matangazo ya Italia dhidi ya Spanyola.
Your life can just change in 1 minute.
Me, the interesting part ni kusema sinipigeza macho. No,
he was really composed. I mean, just the way they say, mimi unajua kwanza nilikuwa namwambia mbona hukuamka rais akae kwa kiti selfie
let's go live
nini. No, but I think the president also handled it in a very good manner because alikuwa naona yuko job, akadecide wacha huyu akae job, mimi acha niende zangu pia.
People are saying at least he didn't cry like that.
Nani huyo? Oh Lord, I'm here with President.
You know.
No, but so it could actually be really life-changing for some people.
Yeah, meeting the president. I think the president is He's a very cool guy, like anajaribingi as much as he can to come to the ground, like to relate to the people. We've had incidences of even the president driving himself. Mko na yeye kwa jam hapo. Pascal Tokodi, you remember? Selena, you remember that incident? Yeah, so I think he's really trying to come to the grounds, and this is something nice he's doing.
Right.
I feel like sometimes he wishes he could do more of this, but his security namwambia.
Acha ufala. Lakini unajua saa zingine ni kama anaenda gas stray.
Yeah, he does. He looks like he breaches the protocol.
He goes beyond, right?
How would I put it? He's very I just love how he comes to the ground to talk to people, and it's really showing, and it's such moments itafanya tumkumbuke. You know, this guy would say nyewe mimi nilikuwa nangoja labda ni hayariwe State House nipatane naye, but just look, I'm in a slum. The radio and amekuja.
By the way, wacha tuonge juu ya zile vitu ziko kwa ground. He went there because he was opening 5 other hospitals. But kumekuwa na like, you know, here and there ati azita function after venye ametoka hivi. Avita function hivyo nini the hospitals. What do you think about, I
don't know if it's a meme I saw where they were saying ati conductors and M-Pesa attendants should have a competition against who's the most savage, and then the one who wins will fight with the nurses and stuff like that. Government offices, but let's not talk about that. But I think we just pray the project is launched. I mean, he launched the most hospitals in a night. I mean, 5.
By the way, they're very good hospitals. But kusikwe na zile stories okay, kuna hosi but hakuna dawa, ama kuna gloves, ama hakuna mask,
ama nurses wanatreat.
By the way, unajua kumekuwa na hizo instances.
That's why we still see, even no matter how many hospitals are open, people will still flock KNH.
All right.
Yeah, so let's just pray that doesn't happen. But I love how mali tumefikisha wenye anatembea usiku.
By the way. Anyway, so let's move on to the next story. So the Kenya Film Classification Board CEO Ezekiel Mutua is calling on the media to be on high alert with politicians likely to spew hate speech in the run-up to next year's general election rather. Mutua said the media should not be used as a conduit for ethnic stereotypes, hate speech, incitement to violence, and lies as the country hurtles towards next year's high-stakes election. Now, he underscored the need to use the fast-spreading social media with responsibilities to promote value and harmony in the country. Let's take a look at the video before we talk more about it. All right, so let's talk about that story. Ezekiel Mutua wanamuitaga Deputy Jesus. Anaongea mambo
let's give mad props aja mention Eriko Mondi.
By the way, Eriko Mondi alikuwa nakumbuka baba anaongelelea juu ya
like lazima tu aniingize, like the nation is doing good, but Eriko Mondi. So I think, okay, though I don't understand, if I ever met him, I'd ask him what's really your role. Anaongea kila mahali. Anafaongelea like kama ni film.
Si hapana, si ni social media. Unajua yeye anakuwa baba wa social media. You
know, if I ever met him, I'll ask him, all these movies you banned, I think someone asked him, like, do you watch them all?
Do you ever watch them all? But kuna kwa labda ni bibi yake ndio anakuaga anamwambia, sweetie, hii hapana, watoto wetu. Na labda hata mtoto wake yuko 35 anajua tu hizi maneno zote.
Ama wanasema hii ni kidogo, acha tuende mbele tu.
Bana haiwezi. Na labda hata walikuwa tu wanacheka. Na kupenda venye wanacheka.
So I think but I love how he's looking out. I mean, election period is coming. These are the times when politicians come and separate us the way they do. I mean, Kenyans, we are very united. Look at how we usually come kukiwa na mchango, tukiamkia Omosh vile tunakujanga kimoja.
Na Omosh azirudie hiyo kitu tena.
So we are usually united. What really separates us is this, hizi siasa za dakika mbili dakika tatu. So we actually pray that this time it will be peaceful, and the way he said, let's be on the lookout, man. Let's call it out if it happens.
Let's move on to the next. I'm having such a great time with this in the building. Detectives are looking for a female police for an officer who has gone berserk and is on a killing spree. Corporal Caroline Kangondo, I don't know if you've heard that story. Now, the suspected behind the killing of Police Constable John Ogweno, I hope I said that right, in Nakuru, has shot dead yet another man in cold blood. Now, the rogue officer who took off with Ogweno's firearm allowed a loaded pistol lured a man to Dedamax Hotel in Kimbo, Juja at around 4 p.m. yesterday. Now, she later emerged from the room at around midnight and fled to an unknown destination, leaving the dead man's body sprawled on the bed. Hi. As we end, let us end it as dramatic as we could, as we possibly could.
Kwani it's a series, like what's
Ni
happening
series,
here?
by the way. Tunangoja tu ile time sasa tutasikia ati ameenda mpaka Kisumu. You know,
it's just shocking that a female cop is doing this.
Yeah.
And it's like hata najua reason had it been a male cop, I think there would have been a lot of outrage, but
there would
it's
be a lot of
female,
outrage,
so we don't know how
right.
to attack her yet. So we're
No, we know how to attack her. Why are you doing this kind of thing? Ah, man.
It's so shocking, and
Right.
I've seen people are just like, hey, because there's been this conversation that all the men who've been out with her now are not leaving their houses.
They're not leaving their houses.
Because they're like, you don't know who's next or what's. But I think when she's arrested, she should be asked why is she doing this?
Yeah.
Is it beef?
It reminds me of that story of Onyancha. You remember Onyancha? Who just went around killing people.
In fact, he's been set free.
Story
Yep.
for another day, guys. That has been that's the end of Trendy Fridays. I hope you had a blast talking about all the stories that trended this week. We are going on a break, but we'll be right back with Events Diary, where I let you know what events are happening throughout Saturday and Sunday.